While 2021 has been a year full of WWE releases and firings, with one of the most notable examples being the monster among men Braun Strowman, it appears as though Vince McMahon is not done with the budget cuts, and some more big superstars could be released in the coming months, with some of them being truly shocking and unexpected. And in this video, we will go over 5 WWE wrestlers who could be fired soon in 2021. With the release and firing of former Universal Champion Braun Strowman, this release sent a message to not only the entire WWE locker room, but to fans as well that no wrestler is ever truly safe and secure in WWE. And that may shockingly be the case for the Architect Seth Rollins. According to a shocking new leaked backstage rumor, there is speculation that Seth Rollins' contract with WWE is going to be expiring later this year, likely in the late fall months of 2021, and the rumor states that Vince McMahon is currently contemplating as to whether or not it would be worth re-signing Seth Rollins to the contract he currently has, which is apparently said to be around $5 million per year guaranteed, plus merchandise. And much like Braun Strowman, who was released due to costing the WWE too much money, during this time when profits are definitely lower for the company, Vince feels Seth Rollins could be costing the WWE way too much money, given his position on the card as an upper mid-card level talent. Like we had mentioned in one of our last videos, WWE's idea of firing Braun Strowman was so that the WWE could try renegotiating a new contract with Braun to re-sign for way less money than before. And rumors suggest that Vince McMahon could very well be trying the same tactic with Seth Rollins. However, this will likely backfire, especially when there is another wrestling promotion in AEW All Elite Wrestling that would be more than willing to offer Seth Rollins a very lucrative contract offer to jump ship, much like how Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, did a couple of years back, especially considering AEW have expressed interest in signing Seth Rollins if he did leave WWE. We have been told that Seth Rollins feels that if anything, he should be getting a bigger contract offer later this year when his current deal expires, and that he deserves way more respect and opportunities than he has been given lately. And with Vince reportedly wanting to try re-signing Seth Rollins for way less money, the scenario of Seth Rollins leaving WWE and joining up with his former Shield brother, Dean Ambrose, in AEW All Elite Wrestling is a huge possibility. And make sure you guys give us your thoughts and opinions on Vince McMahon feeling like Seth Rollins is costing the WWE way too much money with his current high 7-figure contract. And do you feel that Seth Rollins should consider asking for his release from WWE and join AEW when he's inevitably lowballed by McMahon during contract negotiations later this year, considering AEW would likely be able to pay Seth Rollins what he feels he's worth? Or do you think that Seth Rollins should go along with Vince's plan and re-sign for a lot less money? Keith Lee's absence from WWE has not surprisingly been one of the biggest news stories surrounding WWE over the past couple of months. Because while Keith Lee did have some issues that would have forced him to take a step back and take a bit of time off from WWE, it has been a long time that Keith Lee has been cleared to return to the company, but hasn't for some bizarre unknown reason. Although that reason really isn't that bizarre when you really think about it, as rumors have went around that Vince McMahon was not sold on Keith Lee whatsoever, and didn't see the potential Triple H saw in Keith Lee when he was in NXT. And to Vince, Keith Lee just looks like a generic big man superstar, whose ceiling is really just the mid-card title scene and not much more, despite lots of fans feeling like Keith Lee has the potential to be a consistent main event world title contender in WWE. With the recent WWE releases and firings, and the fact that rumors have made it clear that Vince McMahon is not done with the releases, many fans are worried that Keith Lee could be next to be released, as WWE have clearly not shown any interest to bring Keith Lee back to television on the Raw brand, and apparently that could very well be the case, unfortunately. A shocking new backstage rumor has stated that Vince just does not get Keith Lee, and feels that Keith Lee does not have a whole lot to offer WWE, and is an expense that the company should not have right now. So it is being speculated that Keith Lee may not be returning to TV, and will instead be quietly released and fired in the coming weeks. And by all means, if these reports are accurate, this would be a big loss for the WWE, as Keith Lee is a popular up-and-coming superstar who could truly do some big things in WWE if given the chance, But unfortunately, Triple H is not yet in charge of the WWE's main roster shows, and Vince is the man who has the final say, and when he does not see much potential or value in a certain superstar, in this case Keith Lee, their future is rather bleak regardless of Triple H's opinion and input on the situation. And let us know your thoughts on WWE reportedly planning to release Keith Lee very soon. Although the losing streak of Jeff Hardy came to an end on this past week's episode of Monday Night Raw, where Jeff Hardy picked up a win over Cedric Alexander, new backstage rumors have leaked that WWE are simply planning to utilize Jeff Hardy in the midcard until they release Hardy from his contract later this year before his current deal expires. Because as some of you would likely expect, Jeff Hardy has no plans to re-sign with WWE when his current contract expires later this year, and plans to jump ship to AEW and join up with his brother Matt Hardy. So for the time being, fans can expect Jeff Hardy to trade wins and losses with some mid-card superstars on the Raw brand before he disappears from TV and quietly gets fired and released in late summer 2021. While there have been a few times when it seemed like WWE were going to be giving Baron Corbin a solid push in WWE, Vince McMahon has instead decided to utilize King Corbin as a mid-card level superstar, and with WWE planning some more budget cuts in the near future, a new behind-the-scenes rumor has leaked that Vince feels King Corbin is a very replaceable superstar who does not have very much left to offer WWE, much like Braun Strowman. And that McMahon thinks that Corbin does not really deserve his reported 7-figure contract with his position on the card these days. And as such, rumors suggest that King Corbin could be among the next wave of releases or firings from WWE in the near future. While Liv Morgan is definitely a women's division superstar who has a lot more potential than WWE seemed to realize, and that Liv is certainly a very popular fan favorite superstar, unfortunately a new backstage rumor has leaked that Liv Morgan will likely be the next women's division star released and fired from WWE in the near future. With Liv's boyfriend Bo Dallas already released from WWE, for those of you unaware, both Liv Morgan and Bo Dallas have been preparing for life outside WWE, as Liv Morgan is planning to start a career in real estate very soon. And apparently Vince does not have any plans for Liv Morgan in the women's division, and as such a release is reportedly very likely to happen in the coming weeks. Now this is very unfortunate news because Liv Morgan has all the tools to be a force in the women's division, and she certainly has enough fan support to warrant a big push. But it looks like she does not have much of a future in WWE, and this is something that Liv Morgan is likely already well aware of, hence why she has already started preparing for her career outside WWE.